Nostalgia is such a strong emotion, isn't it? With things changing so much and so fast, we often find ourselves going back to the past and dwelling in our childhood memories that are still strong within us. And all we can do is just be curious and wonder why things changed. Today at Simbly Curious, we are here to talk about 10 of those nostalgic moments from the 90s. This is not the end of it, but just the start. Number 1, phone calls. Back in the 90s, telephones were a luxury. Those who owned one could never stop showing off, and those who didn't were always handing out the neighbor's number as an emergency contact. And somehow wrong numbers were so common, right? Which is why whenever we called someone, we would first say hello and then repeat the phone number to check if it was the right number that we dialed. Hello, is this 22873462? Why don't we do that anymore? Every phone call was short, important, and precious, unlike today. And remember those Sunday evenings when the entire family lined up at the neighbor's house for that super special call from our cousins in the US? Every family member vied for a chance to speak to him or her. And the joy of that was unparalleled to any Zoom calls of today. Number 2, the mixtape. Do you remember what we gave our friends and loved ones on their birthdays in the 90s? Yes, the occasional toys, knickknacks, and cutlery were prevalent then too. But to add a personal touch, we used to give them greeting cards and a mixtape. And let me tell you, making mixtapes were not easy because there were only a few shops which made these. And we could select around 20 songs for a 60-minute tape or around 30 for a 90-minute tape. I don't think we will ever get to doing that again. Number 3, going to the library for research. Thanks to the internet, you can research on any topic, copy whatever content you want, and print out whatever you need for a school project or any other assignment. All this can be done within minutes. But back in the 90s, we ended up visiting a library and spending hours and sometimes even days scouring shelves after shelves of books, finding the right material and making handwritten copies of the same in order to finish our project. But the sense of accomplishment was really high. Number 4, Indian pop music. A 90s kid can never get over the likes of Ila Arun, Alisha Chanoy, Lucky Ali, Baba Sehgal, and Falguni Pathak, as our childhood went into dancing to the tunes of their silly songs. We can never understand how they spent so much for a single song back then. But thanks to T-Series, the trend seems to be coming back. This has encouraged a movement like Maja on YouTube and its first viral hit, Enjoy Enjami. Number 5, school shopping. Do you remember the time when you used to buy your books and give it for binding to a press shop? Covering our books with brown paper was itself a one-day project, and often we gave that an extra layer of cellophane cover to protect the brown paper, which was actually meant to protect our book covers. Oof. And the way we fussed over getting the latest name tag stickers or labels, as we called them. We couldn't wait to show them off to our friends, and when someone ended up with a similar label, things usually did not go down well. Number 6, VCR Rental Day. This was really a luxury back then. There were times when we had movie libraries where we used to rent out film tapes, and not just that, we obviously had to rent out a VCR player too from the same shop. And if we rented that out, we ensured that we watched all the movies in one single day to save on any additional rent that we may have to pay. It also meant that all the wedding and other family videotapes came out of the cupboards. It was a really special day as friends, cousins, and neighbors were all welcome to join. What fun it used to be, to set up a mini theater at home with the curtains all drawn and complete with snacks and comfortable seating. Number 7, the antenna angle. Yes, we did not have satellite television back then. We had terrestrial, and boy were we happy with just 2 channels. It was not extremely easy to see our favorite program too. Just 10 to 15 minutes before the commencement of the program, we would be busy twisting and turning the TV antenna on the terrace. And with every degree change, we would scream out to check if the signal was okay. Is it okay now? Is it working? Are you sure? And it would go on till we found that exact angle. It was just probably 2 degrees, but to find that exact 2 degrees, we would end up turning the antenna 360 degrees several hundred times. Number 8, the ringtone hangama. Let's get to the mobile era. Ringtones were so big when mobiles came in. There was a time when mobile companies used to get a major chunk of their profits due to ringtones and callback tunes. Getting a ringtone was not easy like it is today. We never had Bluetooth, or we could not even connect our phones to the laptop. The only way was to MMS the audio or to create the ringtone yourself by keying in a particular sequence in your keypad. Yes, we were literally coding that song onto our mobile phones, and we just didn't know it. Number 9, personal letters. Ask your parents or grandparents, and I'm sure they have a lot of old letters with them. Written letters are special, and from normal letters to inland letters to telegram, we used them all. And we really looked forward to that special letter from Dad when he went abroad for a business trip, even if it was just for 20 days. Those written words brought people together. We also used to have pen pals who sometimes lived off in really far off places, and there was so much to tell and share, but such little space. And the crazy Secret 7 fans that we were, we even developed our own secret codes lest the letter should fall in someone else's hands. Number 10, the film camera. Everyone today has a cell phone camera or a digital camera, and they're busy clicking hundreds and thousands of photos every single day. But back in the 90s, we had film cameras. Buying a roll of film and developing it was really expensive. And once we put a film inside the camera, we had no clue how the photos would turn out till they were actually processed. And we usually had only 32 photos to work with. So every shot was precious, and each print was very carefully documented in an album that we hold on to very dearly even today. If you are a 90s kid, we are sure you understand exactly what this nostalgia means. And if you are a millennial, have fun trying to relive the fun through your parents' eyes. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button. Share this video with a friend of yours who was a 90s kid, maybe your parents too, and you will start hearing some interesting stories for sure. Don't forget to subscribe to Simbly Curious.